It's the year 2005, maybe 2009. You're 8 to 12 years old, and you just got your first computer. Now you're looking around, you're surfing the web. It's your first time on Google, and you see this ad. And what does that ad show? The weirdest fucking Japanese cartoon you possibly could see. Now you're young, you're curious, and what's the first thing you do? You click that ad. And if you're like me, this is exactly what you see.
慌てるな。2メートル以上離れてれば危険はないとマニュアルにあった。
あと床に物を落とすな。だっけ。
What the fuck? Now, not everyone popped their anime cherry like I did. Some of you guys did it through YouTube. Some of you guys did it through Toonami. But either way, at the end of the night, we all ended up getting addicted to these strange cartoons you have no knowledge of. We didn't even know what the fuck they were. They were just weird cartoons that we all started to watch, and then suddenly became weebs. Now, eventually we all collided in the same medium. We all started watching the same things. I remember being on YouTube watching part 1 through 4, and then getting upset when you couldn't find part 2 or part 3, and just fucking screaming at my monitor. Or late at night at Toonami just to watch Naruto and Dragon Ball Z. We all were those kids. We all did it. But then, it got to middle school, and you wanted to talk to people about it. You wanted to acknowledge. You wanted people to know. And then you realized that the other kids who watched it were fucking weird. And they only had 2 archetypes. They look like this, or they look like this. And the second archetype was never weird, but they never wanted to admit it. They never wanted to associate with it because they were afraid to look like this. And for that reason, we remained hidden in the shadows, in the closet. Now, after the late mid-2010s, the closet did inevitably just start to open. But why did it start to open? So I started to look back. I started to look at the data. I started to look at who and why we started to talk about it in school. Now, I had the luxury of going to 2 different high schools. One is my ghetto high school, and then one is my rich white boy high school that I got lucky to take both. And let me tell you, in the ghetto high school, I noticed something. Things began to change. As soon as things began to change, I noticed that this video or this YouTube group, RDC World, showed up. They came out of nowhere, and they had that viral verse hit YouTube video when people take anime way too far. And honestly, it exposed the stereotypes of these weird kids we would see just running in the hallways, doing this Naruto run, just saying weird shit. We couldn't even explain it, and it made us weird. But now that the black community accepted it, they talked about it. They look like this, but we're watching this. And I was all about it. It was one step forward. RDC World somehow bridged the gap, and I understood, because the skits were funny, and the black community loved it. The issue is, here's the catch, and I noticed it very quickly. Even though the black community now accepted anime, they only accepted one genre of anime, and that was shonen. Shonen, battle action anime. Everything else was taboo, and I just couldn't openly talk about everything yet. But at least we were one step, and I was able to mention Bleach without being crucified, and talk about Yoriichi, because Yoriichi got everyone going raging. They were all raging, trust me. And man, what a different time that was. Eventually, RDC World created more videos, created more anime skits, but they weren't just anime. They did pop culture. They branched out. They collected the whole community. Then they had the viral LeBron James Valkyrie videos that had me crying. They had the rapper skits that had me crying. Like, them boys are funny. Them boys are the goats for sure. But them skits alone now got into the celebrity world. They had LeBron on Twitter talking about him. Like, what the fuck? all of a sudden that bridged the gap. Out of nowhere, celebrities started to talk about their love for anime. These little things got the people together. They somehow bridged people. No, I'm not going to give them all the credit, but them openly talking about anime and having celebrities watch their shit definitely did something, because now celebrities will openly talk about it, and it was just one step further. Now, I'm not going to give them all the credit, because I'm going to blame COVID for this final push of everyone now thinking it's cool, and I have my problems about that, but I'll talk about that later. RDC World definitely were the pioneers. They definitely stepped in. They definitely deserve the Hall of Fame. They openly talked about it. Maybe not between the white kids, but definitely within the black community, where RDC World is very famous, very well known, especially amongst the anime black community. And if it wasn't for them, we'd probably still be in this crazy closet. They opened it up. They made it known. They made it popular. I don't even know how better to explain it. Now, just sitting there and watching Anime House, sitting there watching the skits of them making fun of when people walk in the room and you see the most ecchi shit happening, and you just cannot explain it to people and they think you're weird because there's big anime titties on the screen. Like, things like that, bringing to light, showing people what the culture's all about, and that we've all experienced it. Now that the closet's open and people are openly talking about it, now that it's cool, people try to get others. It's like a cult little feeling we got going on right now. Do I like the direction it's headed in that way? No, not really, because we used to get clowned on, and it was like the suffrage out here. But hey, one step forward. I also don't like how the West is trying to change the culture, but that's a whole other video. Yeah, man. RDC World is the GOATs. I will give them the title. They helped that for sure, if not the white community, the black community, come out of their anime closet for sure. Because we would not be talking about it in school if the videos didn't come out and show that other black kids were also watching it. Now, just like sheep, the white kids usually follow as soon as the black kids think something's cool. So I'm assuming that's why they started to watch anime too. Not all of them, but some in school. I'm gonna admit it. It's just my opinion. Don't get mad. Don't get angry. Anyway, guys, this is why I believe RDC World deserves Hall of Fame. Why they helped many of us get out of the closet. Millions of us get out of the closet. And why they will forever be the GOATs. Do you guys think the same? I want you guys to leave comments below. Talk about it. Talk about who else deserves a Hall of Fame. Who else should I make a video about? Who else should I do? If you guys like this game, you guys want to know, it is called Gundam Revolution. I'll put it in the description just so you guys know. It is free. It's kind of like Overwatch. It's kind of cool. And yeah, peace out. Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe, because this video took way longer. This is my third video on YouTube, and this editing shit is not easy. So please like and subscribe. I'll make more. I know it's not all that, but it's just something I want to talk about. Have a good day, guys. Bye bye.